camera's up there in the center, dude.
Bruce sees it all.
Be sure to listen till the end of this video if you want to hear about my lunar research. Right, I'm going to explain this to you all where I'm filming at night with my infrared camera. Okay, over the buildings that appear are those there, just a couple 100 feet away from me. But the lights are lifting up behind that building, but they can be still far on the other side. So I went into town there, and we're seeing them rise up over the electrical lines, about 15-20 feet, you know, some of them lower. And the trees that I'm looking over, you see that dead tree there, because they're coming up from there in the light. And this is the blinding post that you see at night. Look where it is. The post is literally blinding this whole area, but the lights are lifting up low behind that tree there. I'm going to cut down one day. Maybe they'll cut it down tomorrow. So there's the clouds today, right there over the area. But all the activity that happens though, and all the UFOs, is always there in the sky that I'm seeing them. Always, always, always. When I saw that satellite train, the satellite train was right there that came in, Elon Musk's satellite train, and one was coming up and it was going that way, and then the next day I saw one going this way, but they both appeared there. But when I say over the horizon, I'm not talking that's not horizon, that's like on the ground. Okay, so sure, if there's airplanes that are there going left and right, giant airplanes, they would be maybe very far away, but I'm not on the flight path for airplanes. And just on the outskirts over the St. Lawrence, which is towards St. Anisette over there, they drive, they fly over there. I've seen some helicopters. You can tell by the speeds of them. Some of what I'm showing could be planes, but that's besides the point. So the ideal is that's where the UFOs from my house, where I'm seeing them in the sky, lift up from very, very low. And don't forget, I showed you almost 800 UFOs coming up approximately that area. Right there, like coming up right from there. And we are in the post. So what I do when I'm filming with you guys, I go like this, over the lights a little bit, and that's why we're right there on the tip of the tree. But in reality, we're on the ground. I mean, look guys, we're on the ground there. Cars are going by there. Can't get any lower than that. We're going to plunge into my lunar research. I'm sure even the ones that it has been years that have been here, there's lots that I found out on the moon. This, what I'm showing you right now, is just a diversion. The governments may be forming this diversion, or honestly, I think they really don't know, the Pentagon, what the hell these lights are. They don't know everything, right? Even though they're in control of everything here on Earth. Outside of Earth, things work a little differently. So what we're looking at right now is the same area that you just saw in the daytime, so that you know where I'm seeing it. Look at the lines, go back and look at during the daytime where the wires are, at what height I'm seeing these objects rise. And again, I'm telling you, I'm seeing these objects rise by the hundreds, guys, by the hundreds into the sky. And even though there is that bright light, we can still see very clearly the size of these objects, and you can see them even below the wires, even though we are looking further away. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm not trying to say, anything beyond the wire is in Mars. No, it could be far away. I get it. But in general, I went into town, you remember, a couple videos back, when I went into town, I had to look back towards my house to see these lights and up over my head, right beside the 5G tower. Absolutely. They're building another 5G tower right here, actually, between here and Valleyfield, from where I am, between Ormstown and Valleyfield. They're building another 5G tower. So, I mean, I never want to see a new 5G tower appear, honestly. We're going to look into some research, but before that, the infrared camera, because this is what I'm using, the monocular, right? So there we are at the level that you just saw at the beginning. There's the tree tip that was dead, and that's where I'm seeing some lights come up, but you know I'm showing them to you a lot lower than just over the trees. I explained why I'm filming at this height, because the lights are underneath. Look, even higher up, the light is still being picked up, because that's what an infrared camera does. It picks up a lot of the light. So here, to understand a lot of the height, obviously below the wires, no, they should be appearing where the planes are, or higher than the planes and satellites, but they're appearing below the helicopters or planes. And you can see as this one's passing by, look at over top, all the UFOs that are roaming around. And in the past few days, I was able to even show you guys and gals some of them underneath the helicopters or planes, which is pretty crazy. So you're going to see here, with the adjustment of light, let's look at that same exact frame of the helicopter or plane going by and the lights over top. So what I do, as for tampering, I bring the exposure down. So by bringing the exposure down, you'll see when I lift up, we can see the lights up in the sky, the small ones now, a lot better, which you couldn't see in the light, and you can see a lot more now. And that's actually the same idea of what I do to be able to show you guys the surface of the moon. It's the exact same technique. It's a basic technique. Everyone with their camera or any application or program can bring up or down the exposure. White noise resolution, we got to fix that. Well, that's what I do. So if I go outside in the light, look what it looks like. You're going to say, oh my God, Bruce, that is crap. And you'd probably think your camera was broken, but in reality, it's going to get so much light, which is good. And it's getting the light beaming from the tree, which is just the light refracting off and reflecting off the tree from the light post. The same idea as when we see a bright surface of the moon. It's Earth's shine that is actually reflecting on the surface, so they say. So you can play around with that and get rid of that light. So the size of the lights that we're seeing, are they big or small? How big would this supposed building-like structure have to be? I don't know if you know it. We're talking about 500 kilometers wide. We're not talking about a little square object. We're talking about a square object that probably everyone listening here right now today, all of our towns, can fit inside of that little structure. But it's not little, but it's seen very far away. This is my favorite part. This is on the moon near Mare Fecunditatis, okay? And you could see that when there's a light appearing on the right, there's also a light appearing on the left. It could mean that it's a launch. It could mean that it's, launching UFO, or it's a missile launching. Look at them changing positions. And the light started on the left. See? No light. And when the light appears miles away, that light beams right there. And you can see a light under it. The UFOs, guys, they're all over the frickin' surface of the moon, inside of those lights and the hazes. And I'm going to show you some biological creatures too. Most of you have seen them, right? A glimpse of them. But they're my favorites. And honestly, I've not gotten 10,000 of them, right? That's like the lunar wave from Crow 777. I got a double lunar wave, and I got 2 or 3, almost 4 other lunar waves. Did I look? Oh, hell I did. But we don't get 1 million captures of these things. So it's important to document that all who sees these objects. These are lights moving around on the surface of the moon. All different events. It's not the same light close and back. You can see this one is going to move away. And look how close I am so that you can see that, yeah, it's literally a beam of light, like someone's pointing a flashlight. And all of a sudden, light appears. CERN much? Whole crap. Scary, just theorizing about it. Watch this. It's dark, eh? Well, it's because there was nothing there. But out of the darkness, a light beams and there's smoke around it. Look, it shits out another light, and you see the black trajectory, and that light's in the smoke. Do you understand this is top secret? The UFO light or UAP on the surface of the moon shit out another light and caused a cloud to form around it, or definitely not, or because watch the cloud, it'll be there before it comes out. See the cloud beside this one?
Watch the black line after it beams up. You saw it beam up? There's the black line, and look at the light at the end of it. My gosh, that is proof in itself. The light beaming right at the end of the black line. Did you see that? It was perfectly explained. You can back it up and you'll see that black line as it jumps, miles away. Here we see again Mare Fecunditatis. This is near Copernicus, actually. We can see that lights are appearing, but not only appearing, they take off. And when they take off, they have the same reflectivity as the surface. They're white on white. Good luck. Ever lose your car keys because your car key's black and you left it on a black couch or something? You go, oh shit, it's right there. I didn't see it. Why didn't you see your key? Because it's black. So how do we hide from aliens? Well, in the forests, build green, right? In the mountains, on rock, build gray. It's a stupid technology, honestly. It's a must. No matter how intelligent the race will be, they're going to go by that at one point during their evolution. Here's an object that is not a UFO. I just don't know what to call it. It's an unidentified flying object that looks like it's alive. Very importantly, Copernicus crater. On the edge of Copernicus crater, we can see a light source appearing. I'm not using infrared, by the way. This is a standard telescope. Well, a hell of a good one. But it's a telescope with a regular camera at the back. No filtering, except for the filtering that you see. I added a green filter so that we can see the surface better. Why do I add green filters? Because our eyes see better in blues and greens, right? So, on the edge of Copernicus crater, we see a light source coming out. And I'm showing it close enough without there being any pixelation. And on top of it, you guys and gals are seeing this on YouTube. This footage is not 100 years old. This is 218. What you just saw before was 219. And even before that, the biological creature, 218. So I started this in 216, at the end of 216, a couple of weeks before 217. We're only in 2023. This is all happening on the moon. And I assure you, it is not easy to be able to find these things. With your help by supporting this channel, by coming back and liking the videos, it really helps. Do you see that these lights are not just lights? That there's black spots in front of each one of these lights? That is a propulsion system on a very fast-moving object that is in the atmosphere of the moon. Moving right along. Explosions. See the light? It appears when there's an explosion on the right. And I say explosion or flash. They're launching things on the surface. I'm going to show you the explosion live. I'm zooming into the footage, slowed down. Still a pretty good view. Wait till you see the flash, right? And we're zooming up here. There it is in the circle going to appear. Look carefully in the darkness. Of course, there we go. Boom. Quite a big explosion, by the way. It's equivalent to a meteor. But look what happens here when I bring the exposure down. Oh, you didn't see that the regular way, right? Bruce is smart by bringing the exposure down. I'm showing the movement. That's why I can see this on the moon. And I vetted myself by proving exactly how I'm doing this stupid, affordable technique, which just using common sense. So there, with the light taken down, you'd think you'd see less, but you don't. You see what's being hidden by the blending of the surface. They deliberately have the whole frickin' surface gray so you can't see anything. But there the light appears on the left at the same time. A smoke on the left. Did you see the smoke? There was an explosion. They're launching. It could be a war. I'm dead serious about this. That's why my channel is shadow banned, because I'm showing this stuff. Another dark spot with a propulsion system at the back. I'm looking at this right now and I am hyped. I can get tears in my eyes because I can't get over everything that I found, and that the channel will remain dead. We all know why, because I'm being shadow banned. It's being blocked. Not me, probably hundreds of whistleblowers and other people that have, of importance in life are probably also being blocked. They're keeping 40, 50 whistleblowers back from speaking.
Aliens on the moon. When are they gonna tell the world? Come on, Pentagon. Aliens on the moon. Aliens on the moon. And they're mining. Really up there. And they're mining on the moon. Aliens on the moon.
Thank you very much for the support to this channel. Everyone, thanks for the generous contributions, and thanks for watching the videos.
Aliens are up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are mining on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter, cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.